Greetings, everyone. This is Joanna from Universal Love, Light, and Heavenly Radiance. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you to Mario Gazzolettino for putting our articles on video and sharing them on his Lightworkers channel. So I appreciate you so much, Mario, and I'm so grateful for all the help, for all those that share our videos, and for those that are newly awakened. So we really appreciate it. And if you see and are experiencing those in your life that are going through their emotional upheavals, just offer your hand and offer your love and your guidance and compassion, because most are going through things that they're not sure how to express and explain. All the little creatures rolling around. Sometimes I just get the shadow of them through my eye, and I'm just making sure what they are. All the little animals are coming out of the forest now that it's spring. So we're so very grateful. So this morning's article was about the truth, and I was asking my teams what was next for me and the next step that I need to take and align myself with. And they had offered me to face my truth. And oftentimes they had expressed and explained to me that so many times before, as so many other people have heard and moving through their own awakening and ascension, is to face their fears, knowing that the fears are what keeps them from their truth. And when they had said those three little words, face your truth, it kind of hit me in a new and a different way. And so simple and so profound Spirit is, always bringing us back to the simplicity of who we are as love. I mean, it's really mind-boggling. Sometimes we just work ourselves into such confusion, into such cloudiness and chaos, because the ego thinks it has to be more challenging and difficult than it is, but it really isn't. It really, really isn't. But what seems so difficult and so challenging and sometimes perilous, because we've come here with eons of Akashic healing. I'm still going through a major throat clearing in this new vibrational upliftment that I'm going through. And it's what those eons of ego, mind, emotional, mental, and vibrational transitions that we're all here to transcend and transmute. And so in every moment that anything comes forward to your conscious awareness, or even if you're feeling vibrational, and why that daily self-care is so important, tune into what you're feeling and call it forward, sort it out, and face what's in front of you. Those illusions and those densities that we create for ourselves are the blocks and the hurdles and the layers, if you will, like peeling back the onion. They're the layers of the pains and the wounds that have that within it that hide that divine light, that sacred truth. And on every aspirant's journey, you're going to be faced with, even every moment, am I living my highest truth? Is this the way that my truth wants to come forward? Whether it's your speech, and whether it's how you treat people, and whether it's how you honor your heart to all others. Those are truths, vibrational truths that can be felt. And you shift your reality by living within that highest truth. So, and you can take baby steps, whether it's changing how you speak to yourself and to all others, because oftentimes the amount of vibrational thought forms that we exist within, that we create, and why we've been clearing so much of the collective energies with all of the galactic universal help, is to bring our planetary alignment and our collective consciousness up to a beautiful higher vibrational frequency, and why we do the alignments and the global meditations and all that we do, because we understand that we've created these thought forms through times, eons of times. And what we carry with us just before we go to sleep, or just as we wake up, or how we get ready throughout the day, or how we demean and debate ourselves in not aligning with our highest truth. When we know that in our hearts want to move on something that's passionate and pure for us, in a truth, and yet the ego self talks us out of it, because the ego carries that fear remembrance from those Akashic frequencies, from those Akashic psyche experiences. And the ego berates you into continuing the limited patterns of experience and existence. Now, whether that ego is remembering the experiences you've had with others and around others when you've tried to step into your truth and how it was expressed and experienced by others. And then you fall back into that place of, well, it's easier just for me to fit in for others than it is for me to follow my own truth. That may appear only for a short period of time, but because of the levels of consciousness that we work within, the masks and the misillusions that we fed ourselves and the mistruths we fed ourselves are now all coming forward for us to liberate. And it can only be done when you are honest and loving with yourself. It's the process of ascension. And the world is healed. The outer world, our outer reality is all healed. We become one as a collective through the outer perspectives of how we see our reality unfolding, through the inner work and the inner love of every moment. And it's not, doesn't have to be complicated. But as I said in my post, I've experienced myself, I'm 51 now, and I'm very attuned to all of the experiences that I've created for myself. And it was through conformity and through making others feel it was more important for me to allow others to feel more comfortable than it was for me. And so those were the truths that I was liberating over time, to the point where now when it's time for me to face my truth, I can face it and say, I no longer need to create these illusions. I no longer need to create these mistruths of who I am and downplaying my gifts and downplaying my intelligence, or downplaying who I am as a being of spirit, or allowing myself to dim my light to, conform to the vibrations of others. And it's not comfortable, and I can no longer do it, But everybody's path is going to be unique and diverse in their own unique journey as truth, because everybody's truth is different. Everybody's truth is has a different temperament and a different volume switch, if you will. And those of us that are really here to create change, and those of us that are really here at the forefront, that come up with these inspiring new ideas that are fed directly from the divine mind and the divine source creator, we are here to be those ones that are on the leading edge, to create our own unique truth, so that vibrational light is what is felt by all others within the collective. Not necessarily that our truths are any better or wiser than anyone else's, because they're not. All truths are true. But it's the light that speaks in that truth. And that's what the unfolding is when you live your truth, it's a vibrational frequency of quotient of light. It's a speed of oscillation. And that light has its reach. And so when you're living your truth, whether it's being a beautiful, brilliant painter, whether it's a singer or artist, whatever it might be, that is your truth. And when you choose to act on that truth, and you choose to move on that truth and experience and express and explore yourself in that truth, then that vibrational movement is that part of that song. It's that creational song that each of us are a note within. We are each orchestrators of this harmonic song that is offered through Source Creator. And as we live it within ourselves, we acknowledge and accept it. Yes, I accept I'm a divine being. Yes, I accept my divine truth of who I am. And my voice is powerful, and my voice is profound. And I choose to use my voice as the wave of the song of creation, just for me. And as I do that for me, I honor all that I am as a soul. And because my passions are so great, my passions are so vibrant, my passions are so exuberant, that's just excitement for me to be me. Not that vibration has to be accepted by anybody else, because it certainly doesn't. And that's where, the path of experience of awakening is it humbles, because, so many times I've held myself back in fear that I would not be accepted, that my voice would be mocked at and turned off or misjudged, if you will. And that's okay. That's okay. Because not everybody is going to tune in and click in with everybody's offering. And that's okay too. But because of the experiences in the psyche and those little organelles, if you will, that we're here to heal and transmute and transcend, they're within our beingness. And the ego then makes a story around it in your now life so that it becomes insurmountable to pass sometimes, and why fears can be so overwhelming. But if we just understand it to be, it's just on my way to my truth, and if I feel and actually live in my truth, then that doesn't even have to occur. So the more that you live within your pure truth, the more that you allow your voice to be your truth, your vibration to be the light of you, then those fears are actually being transcended before they become an experience, if you will. And so my teams are just showing me this morning, well, face your truth. You don't have to keep co-creating these little mini fears and these little mini experiences for people to keep challenging you, because you will always, throughout all of existence, vibrate within some sort of an experience where there'll be those that will accept you and want to co-create with you, and those that are not within that vibration to do so. And that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to take it personally and stop the process of who you are because of those wounds that you've remembered. Heal it and just live in your truth. You're ready now. You have that inner strength. You have that inner power. You have that inner confidence. You have your clarity of who you are. And there will be those that will absolutely be honored and touched by that frequency song. And that's why we're all here, because for everybody that's on the planet, there will be those that will offer their unique truth and their unique song so that the all can be healed. And that's what it's meant to. We're meant to co-create as this beautiful, benevolent song. And each and every one of us has a vibrational thread, a tone, a harmonic, so very unique and special and precious in and of itself. But it goes back. Those experiential stories are part of the psyche that we're all healing, and it all goes back to your self-worth. Am I worthy to carry myself as my own truth? Absolutely you are. You were born in your own truth. We're just remembering and we're reunifying back to that innate truth. We're reunifying back to our perfection that we've always been. We're reunifying back to the power and the clarity of who we are as a unique divine being. And we each have unique voices. We are each diverse. We each come in unique human packages, if you will, and it's meant to. We are the most diverse color of experience in our galaxy, and we are here to co-create within this diversity. We are here to co-create within the colors of all that we are, within the sound vibrations of all that we are. We are meant to come forward and carry our uniqueness. This uniqueness is the song that is the catalyst of evolution for all future Earths, for all future generations. There is no one truth above or beyond all others. That truth is whole and loving. That is the whole truth. That is the one truth that we all are threaded from, love and oneness. And how that is expressed and experienced and explored through each and every person is meant to be diverse. And why we honor all souls' paths. It's not for any one person to say, this is where that path fits and this is where that path fits. That's a sacred journey for the divine, between every person and the divine. And that's why it's such a beautiful and intimate path. And every moment of connection and communion with Source will be beautiful and diverse and unique, and it will color this world and this planet and this galaxy omnipresence like we can't even, there's no words to express and explain the forthcoming of our uniqueness and our diversity. But it's the characters that we play on the way to peeling back all the layers of the wounds that we're healing. Who are we in our truth in every moment? Allow that truth to come forward and say, beyond the wounds, beyond the suffering, beyond the pain, I choose in my wholeness now. I choose in my wholeness to forgive. I forgive myself and I forgive all others. Right now, I choose to be my highest truth. Show me in this pure alignment of who I am as the song and as the harmonic of Source Creator, in my oneness with Source Creator, in my oneness of my highest alignment. Show me in the purity of all that I am, my unique highest truth. Show me in a vibration, show me in a dream, show me in a vision, show me in a beautiful synchronicity and symbol with nature. Show me in the ways that I know who I am, that in my unique diversity, in my uniqueness, that I choose to come forward and express myself like no other, so that I'm aware of my gifts, so that I'm honoring of my gifts, and I honor the light that all I am with Source Creator as Source. I'm becoming my omnipresence. I'm becoming the beautiful gift that I am, and I'm willing and honoring of this expression of me. And so too, I choose to express and love all others and their unique expression. And for all that comes forward to me at any moment, please allow me the open heart to love wholly, to forgive wholly, to move on in compassion, to see and bless all as the compassionate souls of Source Creator that we each are. We each are notes within the song of creation. We are each threaded intimately through vibrations, through knowing, through this most pure pure and profound knowing that we are one with Source Creator, never separate. And we will each be held high. Make no mistake about it, you will be held high. You will be supported in your pure integrity to know and to love and to honor and to explore and express all that you are in your truth. Your allowance of who you are as truth. You will always be supported and you will always be taken care of. You will always have the money and the friendship and the communion that you require when you open and ask and allow yourself to receive. And that's the importance of the divine feminine. That's the importance of the divine mother, how she graces us with this truth. The divine male truth, the divine female truth, the divine Gaia truth, our human collective truth, seeking its integrity to come forward in forthright now, that we climb and we offer ourselves higher truth of oneness. Our collective is aching for it. Every being, every consciousness group, every collective, every minority, if you will, is voiced and threaded within the harmonic collective song that says we are equal. And every system will be pulled from the wounds that we have created as a collective to be brought into this higher consciousness bubble of love and support and honoring and oneness, through which we are healing. Every collective will be brought into an equal healing. And it's done through ourselves first. How can we heal and mend the wounds that have created the experiences of the fears? Because the wounds within us are what perpetuates fears. They perpetuate fears of not being accepted, fears of abandonment, fears of judgment from others, fears of betrayal, whatever it might be. They're the experiences within the Akash. They're the wounds that we need to heal. The wounds, when healed, reveal your utter truth. We just create the fears to navigate this complex path, and it doesn't have to be. That's when you create those masks that you wear, and you're a different version of you around every person. Those are all those masks because there's a truth within you that says if I reveal who I truly am, I might not be accepted. Or perhaps you were praised for putting on all these masks when you were younger, and you've just taken that on as your belief and your truth. It doesn't have to be. You create your truth every moment. Is it serving you? And if it's not serving you, then how can you create that more authentic, benevolent honoring of you? Who are you? That's why the path of the seeking always begins within. Like, who am I? Who am I with Source? Why am I here? What is my journey all about? And when you begin to ask those questions, those truths become real for you. You begin to see experiences unfold and you become attuned and aware to them to the point that, well, that's no longer who I am anymore. I can no longer hide. I can no longer save face by saying things that are not my truth, by acting in a way that's not my truth. For this is my new truth. And it feels far better. It feels far more profound, for this is my greatness. Those were the exceptions that those wounds were showing me. I can heal those now. I don't want to carry those wounds anymore. I'm healing them now. I choose to heal them now. And those intentions bring those particles forward in the psyche, and they bring them to your heart space, and through your pure intention and through your pure acceptance of the healing, expect and accept your healing from Source Creator and all the healing teams and all that you are as Source to heal that wound. And it will be healed. It'll be transmuted. That's when you open up in the great vessel that you are and you call in a greater truth. You call in a soul tribe because you're shining that vibration. Your truth is an oscillating song. Remember, we're all harmonics. We're all vibrational energy. We're all songs. So as you begin to live your truth with passion and with certainty and with consideration for who you are, without apology, I know who I am, great to meet you. So happy to meet you. So excited that I can share my truth and you can share yours openly and with great beauty. An allowance of your truth to simply flow in trust of who you are, in trust that whoever is before you will honor you for who you are. And if they don't, then that's a way for you to say, well, I honor you and I bless you all the greater good. It's allowing you to strengthen who you are as Source, to be unconditional in your spirit, unconditional in your unwavering, passionate ability to be who you are. So it takes practice, because we've been so led to believe that living a lesser truth is who we've become, and it's been okay. And we're finding now, with the level of consciousness that we all sit at, a lesser truth is no longer okay. Whether it be faulty banking systems, whether it be faulty insurance systems, whether it be faulty any system we can think of, those lesser truths are no longer valid for us now, because we're upping our game. We're here to bring our A game. Our A game is to fully live in passionate, joyful truth of who we are, each of us. And we each have our unique way to get there, our unique way to experience who we are. And for some, like myself, it seems to be a path of many sufferings and pains. But as I showed myself this morning, thanks to my teams, is that I was showing myself all the ways that I was able to navigate from being myself, or being my truth. And then I thought about, well, why wouldn't I just be my truth? Well, because it was attached to so many lifetimes that you remember and you can feel through your psyche, through your attunement, so that you can heal and help heal others. This is what you wanted. Your highest truth is to be of assistance and leadership, and to be that healer and teacher for others. So you've allowed yourself to create that template, that psyche template, that also not only has those wounds that you're here to heal, but also has all those victories, but also has all those momentous knowings of who you are as a teacher and a healer, and a victor of spirit. And that template is also encoded with your ability to hold your inner strength, to know that no matter how many times you feel taken down, that you will always have that light within you that will guide you back to your highest truth. That you will have that courage, you will have that bold certainty to get up and continue on your path of spirit, no matter how hard it's been, no matter how wavered and knocked down you have felt, and no matter how many times you've tripped and stumbled, falling ill to the consensus, if you will, because there was many times on many's paths of the awakened path where you do fall back into fear, and you do fall back into the negative mind play and mind games, because it was just so overwhelming. You were the only one, it seemed, that you were carrying the light, and it just seemed overwhelming. There was just so much density and darkness. We've done the best we can with what we've had. And spirit is unconditionally loving and forgiving of us in this. I'm absolute, what's that word called? I'm absolute example of the grace of God, absolutely. And as I said in my article this morning, there's been so many times I've just been feeling as if I'm hanging by a thread, begging for the emotional suffering and the emotional pain just to be over. And it has been within minutes, as I'm releasing those densities from my Akash and from my cells and from my chakras. It's absolutely gone through the emotional healing and transformation systems that I've set up for myself, that I want to share with others. I want to come forward and share these healing systems. I want to come forward and share these healing attributes, that we all have the infinite light of source within us to transform all emotional pains and ills that we've each come with. Otherwise, we wouldn't have come with them. But to live within our truth can assist us in no longer continuing the dysfunctional patterns, the dysfunctional experiences of the self, because it's really about the self. It's never about anyone standing before us or anyone thing standing before us that delineates us from our highest light. It's just a perspective, and it's an illusion. It's all us. That's why we can just, release the judgment on all people, and release the fear of being hurt by anybody else, because it's all you. Allowing yourself to stand within your truth allows you to fully express and explore and experience yourself. Higher truth, higher empowerment, higher truth, higher capacity to carry light, higher capacity to share light, higher capacity to be that pillar that's here to share it with so many others that are going through their emotional travesties, that you can assist in uplifting them to see that their higher truth is worthy and valued as well. And why we all have that unique higher truth. What is your highest calling for you in this moment? It doesn't have to be a big grand thing that you're healing, or you're correcting an entire system in one day. That's not what this means. This means that you have that innate song within you that is purely thread with source. It's a vibrational harmonic. And that harmonic is a vibration of truth. that you know within you those moments that have caused those wounds, that you can in that very same moment transmute it to be the victory of who you are in your own truth. So that you choose to speak within the words that you choose. And those words have a vibration. Those words carry your vibrational truth. Your vibrational offerings are healings to others. Your vibrational offerings create higher integrous systems, so that all of those around you carry their highest truth. And you live within a circle and a soul tribe of highest truth. And that ripples out to the collective, it ripples out to new generations of children, new generations of collectives, of light work, of life in all ways. And it's a song, it's a vibrational harmonic. And it comes from the various stories and the various characters that we've played, the masks that we've worn, and all the ways that we try and navigate away from our truth. You know, it was just so simple as I was just like, well, why don't I just live my truth? Well, that's what we've been asking of you for years now. Spirit is so patient. You know, they're endless in their love, you know, and endless in the things that I've experienced and the things that I've seen and I've heard and I've felt. Vibration at a multidimensional level is beyond explanation. And there would be a never-ending book that could describe what I've experienced in this one lifetime, because it has been many, many lifetimes all wrapped into one, and I felt them all. I have the ability to feel whatever I choose to feel, and there has been many in a release, if you will. The release obviously has to do with this now moment, because this is where this moment is healing all timelines. But those moments I can feel the threads of them on other timelines. And so it's really important that we remain grounded and we remain centered in who we are, so that we're not co-creating within those vibrational threads that this now moment heals. This is the most powerful moment. Now is where we heal the all. Now is where we heal all psyche templates, past, present, and future, where we correct and heal the subjugations, where we correct and honor who we are as our highest light, our purest light in all truth and compassion to all others. It's profound, so profound. And I'm so very grateful. And we just wanted to do just a quick alignment to truth and what truth is. And so just open your divine sacred heart through your purity of intention, through your breath. My inhale is the intention. My inhale and my breath is the intention to all that I am, all cells, all molecules, all that I am as a spirit and all that I am as matter is coming together as one. And I call all of my consciousness in, all power I've given or left behind. All consciousness, all that I am as a multidimensional, omnipresent being, please return to the center of my divine sacred heart in the highest form and in the highest way. And as the archangels and Archangel Michael and the Rainbow Masters of Holy Light and our healing teams and our celestial teams, our higher selves and our souls, those listening now and future now moments, come with us in this moment through the Christ Collective, through the Councils of Light, through the Galactic Federations, and all of the healing teams for all light programs through the Holy Mother and the Holy Father, the highest frequencies of all that we are. Create the highest of alignment for each of us within our chakra systems, within all that we are, so that we receive the codes for our highest truth. So that we open within our highest and our best. And may all breath and all moments remind us to realign with our center, to realign with our highest truth of who we are as divine sacred beings of light. So that we feel greater confidence in speaking who we are, so that we feel greater light of being who we are, so that we merely just flow with great fluidity and we feel the song and the vibration that is source, living through all things, living through the insects and the beautiful little caterpillar I saw on my power walk this morning in my run. And I helped it get off the road so it would go into the grasses and eat and be in its safety, so that it could create its own truth and vibration of beauty that we take on when we see it fly around. And may we recognize all moments of beauty. May we recognize ourselves within it. May we recognize the help that we require in all moments that we feel as if we've gone off path, to be lifted and to be placed on a path and realigned to our highest and our best. And we'll be given this opportunity of grace. We'll be given this opportunity of compassion when we open our hearts and forgive all others. When we open our hearts and forgive ourselves on how hard we've been on ourselves and how challenged we've allowed our paths to become that don't necessarily have to be. And that Spirit is always realigning us with love and support and unconditional forgiveness and compassion, so that our hearts open even wider, so that we show the compassion and care for all others. For all life is source creator. All life is the song, is the creational song of all that we are, evolving in new moments. And may we align within our highest truth so that our bodies, our multidimensional fields, the mental body is realigned to our highest truth. Our emotional body is realigned to our highest truth. Our etheric body is aligned and bathed and cleansed with our highest truth. Our physical body is being realigned, and that we listen and we heed the call of each of all that we are, so that we allow self-care for our feelings and our emotions and our dreams and our releases and our rebalancing. And we allow ourselves to come to a higher frequency and a higher cycle so that we become the song that we've always meant to hear, to feel, to dance upon, dance with. That we are our own destiny, that we are the love that we have sought, that we are the divine manuscript and book and song that we all seek to experience, for we are the bliss, the harmonization, and the sacred child of Mother and Father Creator. And we have this song within us, and at any moment we can heal ourselves, we can heal our organs, we can heal the wounds of the psyche, of the inner child, of the shadow, and have it come forward and sing a new song of self-acceptance and self-love. And in this, may we be realigned through our purity, through our intention, to be all that we can be in love and compassion, sing the song of joy, to sing the song of grace, to sing the song of oneness. For our planet is in need of our song. The planet is in need of our oneness within ourselves. And may this oneness ripple throughout all of creation and forever, all timelines, all realms, all forms, all bodies. Forever ripple the unconditional love of the Holy Christ energies that we each hold within us through our hearts, our divine sacredness, for oneness, for communion, for all that we are. As we express ourselves as the divine will in the Mother and the Father, we allow ourselves to be the beautiful Gaia energy and entangle with her in all ways that she offers through all nature. And we thank the Elohim, and we thank the angels of all that we are. We come forward in our grace, and we allow the past to be healed in all our now moments of accepting ourselves as the divine song of the Holy Creators through our intention and the beauty of who we are. Namaste. And anchor those alignments, anchor your oneness of your beauty, anchor your oneness with communion in all life, and walk forward in the song of all that you are. Walk forward in your joy, walk forward in the capacity of love that is infinite and endless and eternal. And this is our profound journey, the eternal love that we each are, to come forward in each of our unique ways and express it and be it. We're so lucky. Thank you so much, dear lighted ones, and we love you so much. Oneness and unity and blessings and love to all.